Hello there, YouTubers. I just thought I'd make a quick video on my thoughts about the 2016 FIDE World Chess Championship match, which is being held in New York. So far, obviously we've got Magnus, the champion, and Sergei Karyakin, the challenger. And we've had 6 games, 6 draws. So, yeah, as World Championship chess matches go, it's relatively interesting because we've got a situation building where what's going to happen is it's almost a question of who's going to crack first, who's going to try and who's going to go for it, take the initiative, and take a risk, because you won't get anything unless you take a bit of a risk, or who is just going to sit there and be super solid and just soak it all up and wait for their opponent to lash out and make that blunder which costs them a game. I mean, this whole match could come down to just one bad decision in one game could cost you the World Championship title if you're obviously Magnus, or the chance to win it if you're Sergei even. So yeah, and obviously there's a serious chunk of cash at stake here as well. I think it's 60-40 split between about $1 million. So yeah, 600 grand, not to be sniffed at if you get it wrong. But these guys won't be in it for the money. I mean, the money's nice, but the reality is that they're doing well. They would have been sponsored. The prestige of winning the World Chess Championship challenge is just beyond anything else. I mean, in chess, you're an emperor, you're a god. If you're the best chess player in the world, that is what it all comes down to. The World Championship match, that's what every top player, dreams of playing in and becoming a world champion. So, anyway, I mean, we've got 12-game championship. I personally think that's much too short. I don't know why it's so short. I think there's not enough rigour there to really get to the bottom of who the daddy is, who's really strongest mentally and physically, because this sort of thing is not just about mental strength, it's about physical strength. These people would be training, in a gym, running, they're not going to be sat at home, eating hot dogs and stuffing their mouths full of Ben and Jerry's chocolate every night, playing on an Xbox. They will be going to sleep properly, having a proper diet, exercising right up until the moment they played this match. And that is the difference. You see, the total all-out commitment from these guys is another level compared to what most people would consider being, putting their all in. And credit to him. I think, World Chess, now that's interesting. I mean, my thoughts about the way they've handled this. I mean, the chess world's had a bit of a wake-up call, really. I mean, the bottom line is pretty much all the world championships in the last decade or so, any event in chess, notable event, it's just been free to watch, free commentary, free everything, games everywhere, a dozen sites broadcasting it, videoing it, and in a nutshell, World Chess have looked at it and probably thought, well, chess players, should be. There's a lot of them, millions. People like playing chess and watching chess. Interesting demographic, probably a lot of working class, relatively successful people with maybe disposable income. Are they a good crowd to advertise to? Can we make some money out of this? So, in a nutshell, World Chess have just come in and just to credit to them, they fronted up some big lump of cash to have the rights to this. We don't want to go there. It's oh dear, Chessbase, nasty. They fronted up the cash, and the reality is that they've now got full rights to the World Chess Championship, and we've all got to suck it up as chess players and accept that that is the way it's going to be. And if you want to watch it and hear the proper live broadcasts, then you will subscribe, and that's it. That's all they care about, really. They're not really bothered about the average chess player moaning, "Oh, I can't watch it, it's not free anymore, I've got to, oh no, you know." It's over. I think the reality is they've got to accept that if you want to watch these things, it costs a tremendous amount of money to put the event on, and they want to make some money out of it. And I suppose the problem with that is that we all have to suck that up whether we want it or not. You know. You know, the question is whether you know, it's going to be acceptable in the future, and whether they'll make it. It's a hell of a gamble. I mean, the money that's gone into this is phenomenal. Can chess make it? Somebody that works in the media, you know, online world, I've done for 20 years nearly. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know if there's enough of the people that have the money that will spend, you know, who will appeal to advertisers. I mean, if chess could be more mainstream, you know, come the next sort of, I don't want to say checkers, that's the wrong word, just somehow, you know, people playing it at school, in their classrooms, in the playground. You know, it's got the kudos and credibility. I mean, Magnus has helped it undoubtedly. He's young, he's, you know, good looking, quote marks, he's funky, he's playing football, you know, you see him with Real Madrid, he's got mates, he hangs out, plays basketball, you know, he's not some geek sat in a bus shelter with a pot noodle, you know, with no life that you can't talk to. I mean, he seems like a reasonable bloke who's interesting, and the stereotype of chess players and chess as a whole must have benefited from Magnus Carlsen being world champion. There's no doubt in my mind. But it's whether chess is a funny thing. It's a very, very odd sport full of very narcissistic, selfish, brutal, angry people, actually. I don't know what. I don't think I know any other sport which is. I don't know. It's just. It's not a great environment, really. Just a social environment. It's quite a nasty game. I know people. I mean, it's an ego-crushing, brutal game, and you know, a lot of people, it possesses them forever, and they never recover. So, you know, I find that incredible that on the World Chess Twitter feed there is no link to their World Chess website. Is that unbelievable or what? I mean, I find that staggering that somebody wouldn't have done that. But anyway, so the question is, what is going to happen going forward the next few games, and are we going to see a new world champion? I don't actually think we are, personally. I just think Magnus is a better player than Sergi, and Sergi is an incredibly strong player, but I just don't think yet he's quite as rounded as Magnus in his all-round ability. It's a bit more dynamic, I think, than Magnus is. Oh, some random music there. Yeah, Magnus is a bit more dynamic, and I think he's flexible in his overall play. I think Sergi's very narrow repertoire, very strong in certain positions. But that's just my ramble. So yeah, I mean the great thing is we should be lucky we've got this and event going on, and we're still only halfway through it, and it's exciting. There is no clear winner, and it's young guys battling it out, you know. And I think Kayarkin is a good choice to be playing Magnus. Of all the people that are around, I feel he's good, credible, fighting, strong, and respectable. If he became world champion, I think I don't have an issue with it. I think he's very good. I mean, the fact that he's just ground out 6 draws with Magnus is proof enough, you know. So I just hope that Magnus doesn't get out prepared with some sort of, let's face it, Sergey's going to have pretty much credible support and resources of Russia and all the Russian chess heroes that we know at his beck and call. I mean, he must have had some serious preparation going on for this. But that doesn't take anything away from it. He's still got to play the board, you know, play the position. Can only memorise so much. So yeah, let's hope this continues to be an interesting event, and you can watch it for free if you don't know the World Chess Championship by just going to the home page and agreeing some terms and conditions, and you can watch the game live. So that's good. You just can't get any commentary or analysis of the board. So yeah, I think this is going to be good. Shame about these guys. Well, I say a shame. I mean, they're all great players. I always like Peter Svidler. He's around my age, and I felt it would have been a good crack at the whip, probably his last chance in his candidates to play in a World Championship final. But well, we never know. I mean, look at Anand, so we can't write him off yet. And Lev, I think he's a great player. And I'm sort of selfishly relieved that Anand is not playing him, because he was just getting a bit turgid. And that's a brutal thing to say. Fantastic player, Anand, but we just want to see somebody different. But I hope these games of Magnus and Kayarkins will get a little bit more exciting. I'm sure if somebody drops a game, it will explode all of a sudden, and everybody will be, they'll be desperate to, whoever's lost will be going for it in the next game. So anyway, I'm going to leave you now. That was a quick rant and ramble about the World Chess Championship 2016. And if you've got any comments or questions, please leave them on YouTube. Thank you.